And how?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Velocity Entertainment for another Monday. Every Monday, I would think at like 8 p.m. probably be a good start time to shoot for in the future if we can, unless we're working late or not. But hello, everybody. Thanks for checking out the show. This is Velocity Entertainment. I am your host, Kyle Leonard. Each and every week, we scour the internet for movies, video games, sports, and TV news that you guys might find interesting. Then we bring it to you in one neatly little package show. If you like it, remember to like and support us on patreon.com/Velocity Entertainment, as well as Facebook, YouTube, and podcast providers everywhere. But, of course, there is no show without the men sitting across from me. Without further ado, give it up for the long hair, don't care, thug nasty, dropping them in the dirt, laying down the hurt, the all-knowing, almost Samoan, dishing out crosses, taking no losses, best blue eyes in Sioux Falls, Tanner Else. How are you?
I get so hyped up when you say that.
It's a good way to get you in
It
an
is.
energetic mood for the atmosphere of the podcast.
Makes me excited.
Did you have a good week? I know you worked a lot.
I worked a lot.
Rear naked choke anybody?
Not this week. Nobody wanted to try me after last week.
They all went and tried Jesus.
Yeah, I was about to say they're all at church.
Cause I throw hands.
Next to him, there's only one. He is the trash talker, drops more bombs than Hurt Locker, the nerdiest, the flirtiest, and overall most luxurious, soon to be married,
That's true.
Michael Onamende. How was your week? Did you rear naked choke anybody out?
No, a week, another week of no MMA moves. So
Man. Well, that's our show, guys. Remember?
yeah, we're pretty lame up in here.
Jokes this week. That's it.
My week has consisted of being at work. Thankfully, I can go back to work now. And then coming home and just playing like Spider-Man because I'm, trying to get my first PlayStation 5 Platinum, and I want it to be Spider-Man because I don't want to dive into Valhalla quite yet.
Oh,
But I'm going to. That's next on my list.
I was actually surprised you didn't just like quick run through The Witcher again. Just because
And
you
I
already
wanted-
know.
And I want to do that too, but I still think my first run of The Witcher is still pretty fresh in my mind, so I'm still kind of trying to.
yeah. How many years? Is it like a year and a half? How long would you give yourself for a large RPG like that
Like to.
to replay it? Like where it's not fresh in your mind anymore.
Oh, okay. I would say, yeah, maybe.
Year and a half, maybe.
Year and a half or so, maybe, yeah.
Maybe two. I don't know.
If it's really good, I'm not saying The Witcher's not really good. Like, I can replay The Witcher right now and enjoy myself.
Probably my favorite game of all time.
But I like to kind of forget
Yeah.
how to do stuff, so that, like, I get to a quest and I'm like, gosh, I know I did this when I played it last, but I kind of don't really remember how to do it. Kind of makes it a little bit more exciting again for me. Anyway.
I definitely know what not to do when I go through the next time. Letting people die everywhere. So it's a good start for me.
But my initial thoughts. I'm gonna turn this camera because it can't. So my initial thoughts and opinion about Miles Morales, gorgeous, man, beautiful game. I've been playing, I don't know, hours and hours. I'd probably have to look it up, but not a single frame rate drop, no crashes, no glitches. It's smooth. Story's awesome. I like the characters. It's a great play, even if you just still have a PlayStation 4, which a lot of people do still, unfortunately. I mean, it's a free upgrade to PlayStation 5, and the game is worth it. So, for a $50 price tag, can't really beat that. If you were interested in it, pull the trigger. But play the first one first. That kind of helps a little.
Give us money, Sony.
Give us money.
So I'm plugging their games. Yeah, they have to give me money now.
That's how it works, right?
So the way we do this is we throw down the news. I'm going to throw down all the news first and then get into the segments, or the tournament segment. We'll do the news, we'll do our conversational piece, and then we'll do the tournament at the end of the news. If that sounds good to you boys.
Sounds good.
That way it's not news, tournament, news, conversation. It's not all over the place.
For sure.
First up on the movie news report, Wonder Woman 1984 is back in the news this weekend, but not, for once, it's not back because of a delay. The
Thank
sequel,
goodness.
yeah, thank goodness. The sequel will be hitting theaters on December 5th, as we've stated, as well as streaming service HBO Max. Consider that an early Christmas present, I guess, for
5th or 25th?
25th.
Okay.
So consider it a Christmas present for fans who wanted to watch something over Christmas dinner. And this is exciting. I think this is going to be the big test for Black Widow, honestly. I think Disney's going to be watching closely to see how this one specifically does on HBO Max and theater release. And then if it does okay, I think we could probably see Black Widow go the same route.
I think I'm more excited for Black Widow.
I am too.
I want to see like the backstory with that Russian like cell, you know.
Well, right, and then, like I've said before, Black Widow's got my favorite villain in Marvel Comics, the Taskmaster.
Oh yeah,
as the villain.
Good.
A lot of people are like, man, what if Taskmaster isn't the big villain and he's just like hired by like Doctor Doom or something? Like, okay, that'd be dope. Well, he's an assassin. He's hired by people. So it's like,
true.
And Taskmaster's dope because he looks at somebody's fighting style like once and has a photographic memory, and he can.
That's like how Mantis or something in Aquaman couldn't be the main villain because he's usually like a hired gun. Or something.
Exactly.
But he is one of the main villains in the Aquaman storyline. But they just brushed him off as kind of a side villain. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hate the Black Manta story, but I wouldn't have mind seeing him have more prominent.
He's the only like really prominent Aquaman villain I could think of.
Yeah, I mean, Ocean Master, obviously. His brother is the big, real big one.
I suppose, yeah.
But I agree.
Side note.
Little honorable, not an honorable mention, like you said. Side note. Good job. So as I mentioned last week, Tom and Jerry got a new trailer for a reboot last week. The movie will star Chloe Grace Moretz in a live-action world where Tom and Jerry exist as cartoon characters, Looney Tunes style.
Yep.
When Jerry invites himself into a hotel/restaurant, a young woman attending is tasked to remove the mouse, and as stated in the trailer, what better way to remove a mouse than thousands of years of programmed predatory instinct? So she hires a cat. The worst cat to hire ever.
Yeah.
As of right now, Tom and Jerry is set to premiere in theaters on March 5th, 2021.
Okay.
I'm a big Tom and Jerry fan, so
I'm a big Chloe Grace fan. I
me
like
too.
her. Yeah.
Me too. She's good, man.
Really? You don't know who that is?
Okay, now I do. Well, now I do. I told you.
remember that-
She's in Kick-Ass, bro.
You remember that little vampire movie she did? What was that movie called?
Let Me In.
Let Me In, yeah.
So I read that book when I was younger, and there's actually two different versions of that movie. There's a Russian version that's super creepy, like way creepier than the American one, and then there's
I can believe
hers. Yeah, because the Russian one's called Let the Right One In, and then the American one's called Let Me In.
All right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But yes, definitely a good movie.
But yeah, also Kick-Ass, you know.
Definitely Kick-Ass, dude.
Also Kick-Ass.
Also that.
So last week, I kind of in passing mentioned the Shark Boy and Lava Girl reboot, but I didn't put it in the news.
With no Taylor Lautner, we know.
I didn't put it in the news because I really didn't know much about it. But we got a little more fun. It's a fun movie. So mentioned in last week's episode, Shark Boy and Lava Girl Netflix sequel. The sequel will be entitled We Can Be Heroes. Comes to Netflix on January 1st, and an auspicious start to 2021. It follows a team of children who have saved their parents from an alien invasion. Like I said last week, Taylor Dooley reprises her role as Lava Girl. Taylor Lautner did not come back to play Shark Boy, however. To which I say, grow up, Taylor
Hate
Lautner.
you.
He will never grow up.
Grow up.
He's like in Never Neverland or something.
Yeah,
Also,
maybe.
apparently he got really big after one of his roles, so maybe that's why he's not doing it. Maybe he doesn't fit
Maybe.
the outfit anymore.
Here, I'll do Taylor Lautner
Maybe.
huge.
I'm telling you, yeah, like if somebody showed me his picture, I was like, that's not him. That has to be Photoshop. But apparently he got
I'm spelling it.
LAU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Jacob, come on, get it together.
What? Why isn't it going? Sorry, audience. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So that's buff Taylor, like during Twilight. Now just put regular Taylor Lautner, and so I'll show you what he looks like today.
Look at Demetrius Johnson to Paula Costa.
Right?
Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
But if you didn't have the word buff in there, you'd see what he looks like right now. I don't know why you
Fine.
type that gay stuff in there, but
yeah, this is pretty homo, but
All right.
what the?
Yeah,
Oh, what the?
yeah, so he's different now.
it looks
He
a
is
little
Paula Costa. Okay.
No, he's Daniel Cormier now.
Yeah, it does. Popeye's chicken.
That's funny. Oh man, that's funny.
But no, I don't even.
But the funny thing
so
is about this sequel is that the little girl in the movie is Shark Boy and Lava Girl's daughter, which means they got together and
Did it.
Yeah. Oh.
squished some stuff together.
But they're just not going to bring
produced
that
a
up.
child.
Are they going to bring that up in the movie at all?
I mean,
It goes without
Obviously,
saying. You're
it's
supposed to
their
overlook
child.
it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to overlook it.
Yeah.
so it should go without saying. But yeah, they're not going to be like, yeah, Shark Boy, I had a great time when we bonked the other day.
We are
Like,
combined superpowers, if you know what I mean.
Put your fin in my volcano. If you...
Oh my goodness.
whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know what
All
that
I
is.
wanted was some freaking lava sharks.
Isn't that how you get a Sharknado?
Isn't that how you get a shark?
See, the sequel to this one is the prequel to Sharknado. Things get
Yeah.
real weird after this.
I guess, yeah. It
All right.
spins off the rails.
All right.
Things get real bad.
So Greenlight, after wondering for some time about the Disney-Fox merger, how the Merc with the Mouth would be treated, it was announced officially that the third Deadpool movie has the green light to move forward.
Yes.
Big happy.
Very big happy.
What's new are two new writers. Ryan Reynolds will reprise his role as well as produce. According to Deadline, quote, Ryan Reynolds and Disney have tapped sisters Wendy Monelix and Lizzie Monelix to write Deadpool 3. While they may not be household names just yet, the sisters are the writers are on the rise. They've worked on Bob's Burgers for several years and have a new series, The Great North, set to premiere in 2021. It's already been renewed for a second season, if you wanted to check that out. The third installment is going to be rated R. There have been concerns that Marvel was wanting to tone down Deadpool in order to work with him in the MCU, but fortunately those two things are not mutually exclusive. His foul mouth will continue in the third movie. Thoughts?
Perf.
Amazing.
I actually saw a meme of him today, and it was like if he was in the Marvel universe, you know, when like they throw each other off the cliff to get the Soul Stone. It's like Spider-Man throws him off, and then they're like, all right, here's the Soul Stone, gives it to him, and then he's like, hey, I'm alive, and he like shoots a web down, pulls him back up, and he's like, gotcha, and they take off with it. And I was like, that would have been perfect. Why couldn't we have had that?
And Red Skull was like, am I a joke?
Yeah, am I a joke to you?
But just think about for one, all of the fourth wall, like he's going to be the only person that knows he's been in two different universes.
Yeah. Well, okay, so they can't just combine this movie series with MCU because X-Men's a whole entire different Marvel universe. Am I right?
Right. So it's like
He's in the X-Men.
So the way I think they'll like try and spin this out is like something with the Infinity Stones when Iron Man snapped it, like merged, like ripped holes or something, pulled some
He's
characters
just like, he's
in.
there. What the heck am I doing here?
And like Deadpool's the only person that knows like no more X-Men exist in the world right now.
I just think it's so weird that they didn't choose to combine the X-Men universe with the Marvel universe. Since
Could
it
have
is
got real
Marvel.
weird if we would have done that. Like that could have been interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if any of the X-Men though, like Colossus, for example, are going to make their way to reprise their roles in the MCU.
Oh, Zach wanted me to bring this up. You know the villain in Deadpool 1. She's also in a few other things. She's that female MMA fighter.
Oh, Gina Carano.
Carano.
Gina Carano.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's on the news right now for like some Twitter thing. I want them to keep her, but I think she had
Yeah, they wanted to fire her from the
for
Mandalorian.
anti-mask. Yeah, for Mandalorian.
Yeah, anti-mask stuff. She said some, anti-trans things.
Oh, did she?
Not like directly, but like
If it was at Fallon Fox, I understand.
it was interpreted that way. I'm not too mad at her, honestly.
No.
Yeah, I freaking hate wearing a mask. Stupid.
Stupid.
Not so much about that, but
Don't
I just
come after
mean,
this
like,
podcast though.
It's not like she's going around attacking people, and I think she's kind of being bullied right now for.
She is being bullied, and
For
she's
that,
an MMA fighter who made it into Hollywood. So
Right.
love her.
Yes, love her or
She was a great kickboxer in Strikeforce, dude.
face the wrath of me.
So she was in. So is she in Mandalorian season 2? I haven't seen season 2 yet. I've finished.
She is. I won't say where, but she does pop up.
Because I know she was in season 1.
Yep. She pops up again. I won't spoil anything.
Love
for
to know
those.
more if I wasn't on episode 4 of season 1. Not my fault.
Oh, that's funny. But that's good news, man, because I think there's some really, really good jokes to be had with Deadpool coming into the MCU and being the only person who knows.
He's the only.
Like he'll be the only one. Sorry to cut you off.
No, I cut you off. Go ahead.
He'll be the only one to recognize like different castings for X-Men.
Yeah.
Like he'll see like whoever they get for Wolverine, and he'll be like, "Who's this guy?
Who's this guy?"
Who's this guy?"
I love that he breaks the fourth wall. So.
Yeah, it's
I love that he goes back and kills like the version of himself from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Or Ryan Reynolds from the Green Lantern.
Green
He's
Lantern.
reading
Yeah.
the Green Lantern strip.
Yeah.
Boov! You're welcome, Canada.
That was one of the best scenes.
Speaking of future movie plans, a brand new installment in the Predator franchise is being developed by 10 Cloverfield Lane director Dan Trachtenberg. According to a new report from Deadline, the new sequel marks the 5th entry into the proper Predator franchise, which launched back in 1987. Oof. While there were 2 spin-off films where the creature battled with the beasts from the Alien franchise, the new film is being developed under 20th Century Films brand, which is owned by Disney following their acquisition of Fox last year. The script comes from Patrick Iacin, who previously delivered scripts from projects like Kingdom, Jack Ryan, and Treadstone. So,
That's awesome.
All right.
So, question then: the Predators movie where they're all on the Predators planet, and it
The
features
third one.
That's okay. That's the third one.
Yep.
Okay, just double checking.
Yep, and then there's a 4th one where I forget his name, but he's a good actor. This isn't helpful, I know. But
No, no, it's not Kyle. Really good actor. Narrows it down.
Yeah.
oh man, it's that 4th wall stuff is gonna be crazy. I
Yep.
can't wait. Bring it on. I went back.
We break the fourth wall whenever we talk to Blake. Hi, Blake.
I can't
Anyway,
believe that.
it's exciting. It's exciting one that Disney kind of owns the Predator franchise and stuff now because Predator and Alien versus Avengers. Anyone?
Ooh.
Quit it.
Quit. Yeah, actually quit.
It's
though.
never obviously
Quit
not.
it.
But come on.
Well,
how
I mean,
funny-
I don't know.
How funny would that be? Like,
It'd
what?
be fun.
In 2060, they might just be like, "All right, guys, we're running out of stuff to do here. We might as
Can
well."
we bring
Yeah, right.
Can we bring Robert Downey Jr. back for a Avengers versus AVP? Avengers versus Alien
Yeah,
versus
just
Predator.
Put Pirates of the Caribbean in there.
Predator's
Too.
got to team up with the Avengers because the aliens just start spawning too fast and there's too many of them.
Disney owns everything.
So you get that like wide round shot of all the Avengers, and then the Predator's just there with his mouth. Bring it on, dude! I'm with it.
You gotta get the Predators and their little dogs from that movie, the third one, where they got their little
Yes.
dogs on the planet. Like just hold them on leashes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right. I'm in. I'm in.
That's what I said, dude. I'm
in.
totally in.
I wasn't in it now.
I think you brought me over.
I think I just crossed over to the dark side.
Next up, Josh Boone's horror-ish take on the X-Men New Mutants finally crept into theaters in August. Technically, it's still in theaters, but the movie hasn't exactly been the savior that multiplexes hoped it and Tenet would be. So far, it's only grossed $23 million in the United States. Many people have decided on home viewing for the movie, and that time has come. It is now available to watch on digital on Amazon and Apple for $5.99 if you want to rent that movie. Me and Tanner just watched it not too long ago. I watched it again. It's a good movie.
Fair enough.
Oh, you watched Tenet?
No,
New Mutants.
Oh, New Mutants.
like today, and I'm still terrified.
Okay, because I was like, what?
Yeah, that smiley man really gets Tanner.
That and the bear. I didn't like the bear.
Okay, you're gonna have to lend that to me so I can watch it.
We won't.
Okay. Awesome.
Nightmares.
And I have nightmares.
Like when you like, I knew what I was getting into with like a New Mutants movie. Like I was thinking like, oh, teenagers, X-Men, cool. Did not know I was gonna have nightmares when I went to bed tonight. Like,
All right, I'm
it's
terrified.
it's a pretty scary movie, dude.
It's not
It's
that
weird.
bad.
That was like when they were
He's
working on the swamp.
exaggerating.
They were working on the swamp thing, and I was like, "Oh, it's a cool like villain," and it was a horror movie. They never finished it. But.
Literal demons in this movie. Okay, he can't tell me I'm lying.
All right, I'm scared.
All right, it was bad.
I thought this story was interesting. So this January, we're moving on to television now. That was kind of all of the movie stuff I had for you.
Sure.
This January, DC Comics is pressing pause on its main universe of titles in order to spend 2 months in the future. Future State will reveal older versions of DC's beloved characters alongside a new generation of up-and-comers. And Yara Flor, created by Joelle Jones, Batwoman, Catwoman, Lady Killer, will be a young and upcoming Wonder Woman. So...
Honestly, you said Yara, and all I can think about right now is Yara Greyjoy, whatever.
So that was it's exciting. I mean,
I've always had I
don't have a very rich history with Wonder Girl, but
I've always had a crush on not only Catwoman but also it wasn't Black Canary. Who was it?
Wait, which Catwoman are we talking?
Halle Berry or
Black Cat and Catwoman.
Because everybody knows
No,
Halle
Black
Berry.
Cat, big time.
Well, no, I'm not even. I'm just talking about in all the growing up on the animated shows and stuff.
Right,
I was
big time Black Cat. Oh,
I sound like such a weeb. I'm like, I had a crush on an animated girl.
Who?
Black Cat. I'll look at her.
She's Spider-Man's Catwoman.
Yeah, I had a crush on both of them.
No, that was a thing. I really didn't.
She's a hottie. She's a hottie.
She's a hottie. Oh, Felicia.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. She is kind of just.
I'm sold.
She is kind of just Catwoman though. Like I don't know.
She is. It is. It's definitely like the Deadpool Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Same character. Blah,
See,
blah,
nobody
blah.
can see the TV right now.
Maybe
He's
it's
just pulling
just-
up all kinds of Black Cat porn right now.
Yeah. Right. Maybe it's just the skin tight leather that gets me. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't blame you. Felicia's a cutie.
Oh yeah. But the thing with Catwoman and Black Cat, they were always like kind of with Spider-Man, like kind of flirting with him, but keeping at a distance.
Oh,
you
they're
know?
heroes, yeah, like Batman and Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, or Batman and Spider-Man. Sorry. And then it's just like
Well, they probably even hooked up. I know Batman
Looks
hooks
to
up.
me like they got married in that picture.
Well, that's a drama.
But it's always just like they've been teasing them, like they're flirting with them, but they're kind of neutral heroes or
Anti-hero.
anti-hero.
Yeah. I know Catwoman has definitely gone heels to Jesus with Batman, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Black Cat, I'd have to re-educate myself. I don't know if they ever hooked up. They might have.
Well, they're kissing in all these pictures. We're looking at some superhero porn here.
Can you blame my boy Peter though?
No.
Can you blame him though?
I don't even want to know what's happening in this picture. I can't even read their. Whatever. Oh, will you marry me? Okay. Wait. Yeah.
I won't say we're watching some bad things over here, but you might want to delete your history when you leave.
Jeez,
Anna's
not
gonna.
that bad.
Anna's gonna.
Anyway.
Be looking at what?
Moving on. As I've said on the podcast before, season 11 of The Walking Dead will be the final season. Season 10 will be still giving you an extra boost of episodes though, so it's not completely over yet. Now we have a release date for those episodes set for February 28th, 2021. And in addition to this news, we also have news that The Walking Dead has casted Robert Patrick, known very well for his role as the antagonist in Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Blow him up for me, too. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on that name right now.
It appears as if Patrick will be taking on the role of the antagonist in the remaining episodes of season 10. So,
This guy.
Oh, duh.
Bad guy and everything, just like that one dude we were talking about. The blonde dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. See? I can't remember anything.
The general guy. I don't.
Mads Mikkelsen, probably.
I feel bad for these guys who are only villains because everyone just hates them all the time.
Pretty much.
That kid that played Joffrey, they made him retire.
What do you mean?
He quit acting after the Game of Thrones.
He got harassed so much after that.
Dude, you know, I think villains should get paid more than, like... I mean, I know
Especially if you're a good one.
I know they pay you based on screen time usually, but, like, if you're a good villain like Joffrey, you deserve more money than...
He played him well, too. Like, I mean, we hated him, so obviously he played him well. Like, the entire world
He
hates
did his
you.
job right. Yep.
Yeah.
You just imagine being him. Like, you get glasses, different colored contacts maybe, change your hairstyle, grow a beard, and people still hate you when they see you in public.
It's like, you can't hide from us. We know your
We
job.
know you're Joffrey. Goes by his actual name. No, this is my name. No, you're Joffrey.
No, you can't fool us.
Come drink this wine.
One more story on television here. We've known for quite some time that there are plans to make a Last of Us TV HBO Max series.
So excited.
Me too, big time. Scripts have even been written for the show, but the show now has an official series order, which is the green light, which is nice. More green lights. Moving forward with writer and executive producer Neil Druckmann. Game's awesome. Like, story is awesome. You're happy, you're sad. For those of you who don't know, I won't spoil anything, but it's basically, 20 years after a virus kind of, sends the world into an apocalypse. Joel, an older, gruffed protagonist, is tasked with smuggling a young 14-year-old girl out of a quarantine zone to meet with a faction. And along the way, you get your heartbreaks, your tender moments. They build a relationship. It's fun. So on and so forth. I personally think that this being a series has great potential to break that video game curse that seems to smoke out so many.
It's hard. It's going to be extra hard for them, though, because they're going to have to basically get compared to The Walking Dead, like, in almost every way.
Yeah.
It's different, though.
I know it's different, but, like, in comparison, they're going to kind of...
I think yes and no, because I think everybody's going to be... Because first of all, they're not zombies.
No.
Like, they're not.
They're like
it's a
plants.
fungus. It's a fungus that grows over their head.
And there's a ton of different ones.
Yeah, there's a ton of different ones. And second of all, they're not, like, out looking for a place to live. Like, they already have their quarantine zone or their safe zone. And this is a mission that they just have outside of that. So, I mean, there are key differences.
Right. That's fair enough, yeah.
There are key differences.
It's still apocalyptic feel, but...
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely more centered around beauty. Like, there's certain points in the game where you see how nature is kind of taking back the world, and it just, like, you just stop and look at it for a second because, like, the graphics are amazing. And there's one part where giraffes make their way back into the city because it's abandoned
Kinda
and
like
stuff, and it's, like, beautiful.
I Am Legend, where there's lions and deer running around New York.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wait, is this in North America, or giraffes just stumbling around in North America?
Sometimes.
Come from the zoo.
Yeah, they broke out of the zoo, I guess.
Could have come from the zoo. Come on.
Honestly, don't put me high up in Hollywood. I'll greenlight everything. Anything somebody brings
Anything
to me.
I like, dude.
I just start greenlighting everything.
Anything, dude. There's like, I want to make a remake of Cinderella, but instead of Cinderella, I want it to be The Rock. Greenlight,
green light.
You have my
Greenlight, I'd
blessing,
watch it.
sir.
Greenlight, I'd watch it. Bring it on.
Roadrunner horror movie. Greenlight. Just
Like, I want to see the two stepbrothers that are ballsy enough to make The Rock mop the floor. Get down there and do this. Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll see.
I want to see Kevin Hart bullying The Rock in one of these movies. It's always the other way around.
Their face swap is the most legendary face swap of all time.
Funny.
Oh.
With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mike to start the next conversational piece here.
Yeah. Well,
it was kind of his idea, so I'll let.
Well, we've been doing like a 3-part series. We did biggest tropes and cliches. What was the other one we did? Biggest plot holes. This one's biggest plot twist. So kind of the end of the 3-part series, but so there are a lot of spoiler alerts. So
yeah, spoiler alert.
But that goes with this whole.
Yeah, but looking at these movies, like they've all were like 90s, early 2000s.
A lot of these movies have been out for decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen them,
spoiler alert, but get your life together.
But get your life together and grow up.
Thank you.
Also, this whole podcast is spoiler alerts for everything.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, chances are you've watched a bunch of movies and you like video games and all that stuff. So there was your official warning.
Ooh. I like these. Okay, yeah. So the first one, number 9 on the list, 7.
Yeah, I added 7.
Yeah. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's
Yeah,
in the
so John
box?
Doe. Yeah, John Doe leads them out to the desert or whatever for the final 2 murders.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, where he reveals, that he iced Gwyneth Paltrow. For
Gave her the old Ned Stark.
What was her
Give
saying?
her the old Ned Stark.
Envy, I think, right?
Envy.
That was her saying, I think.
Yeah, you might be right.
But yeah, that's a pretty that's a pretty big one, man.
That whole
What's
movie,
in the box?
That whole movie was just.
Oh God! Oh man! You gonna keep headbutting that thing?
No, my toe hit the corner of the table, man.
Does John Doe have the upper hand?
John Doe always has the upper hand.
Number 8, also Kyle's poll, Psycho.
Oh, Psycho, yeah. So it's revealed at the end of the movie. I know I turned it over to Mike, and I'm like doing all these explanations.
No,
but these first 3 I added. So
We're not gonna let him talk all the time anyway. Whatever.
Yeah.
So Psycho, that's a pretty big plot twist when it's revealed at the end that Norman Bates has killed his mom, and he's had a split personality where he's himself and his mom throughout the entire movie. He turns the chair around.
I was thinking American Psycho with.
No.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this one then.
You've never seen the original Psycho?
Spoiler alert, guys. Jeez.
Anyway, yeah, there's a big moment, where she flips the chair around and it's the skeleton in the mom's wig.
Oh.
Big plot twist reveal, man.
I have to watch that tonight.
I feel like there's so many.
It's old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you have
worth it.
Split personalities, you could do so much with that.
Yes.
Like that one movie that came out.
Split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Where he's got like 32 different personalities.
That wasn't me. That was Patricia.
That was
Patricia.
Patricia's such a bitch. Next one.
Also, shout out to Anya Taylor-Joy for doing so awesome in Split, because I like her in New Mutants too. So.
Oh, her.
Yeah, you didn't like her in New Mutants, but I liked her.
Talk about that. See you next Tuesday. Yeah.
Whatever. Game more.
You're a jerk. Number
Movie's
3.
too fresh right now.
Number 3, I added The Departed because it's firstly my favorite movie set in like New England, them Scorsese type movies. The big plot twist here was Leonardo DiCaprio being straight up killed by Matt Damon, and then Matt Damon comes back to his apartment and Mark Wahlberg's sitting there waiting for him, blam, right in the head. So that whole movie was very twisty because one's playing a double agent for the cops and one's playing a double agent as a cop for the mob. It's rough.
So I used to get these burnt DVDs from my mom, right? And she sent me that one, and it only had the first 6 scenes on it, and the rest never.
Oh, no.
So I've literally only seen half that movie. And
God.
now I'm just remembering that in my head, The
That's
Departed, disc 1, and I never got disc 2.
That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Upset now.
Well, I'm pretty much done with them killing Leonardo DiCaprio between people pushing him off wooden boards in the Pacific Ocean, and I guess he was a slave owner.
Not sharing doors with him in the middle of the Atlantic.
Pretty much.
People shooting him for being a slave owner, which is okay. I guess.
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll allow it.
They're just killing DiCaprio everywhere.
Did he die in that one where he's in South Dakota?
The Revenant?
Yeah, he didn't die in that
No.
one. He crawls to Rapid City.
He
or something,
might as
doesn't
well. He might as well.
Yeah,
have
he
died.
fights a bear and then crawls 100 miles to get to where he's going to be alive.
Yep, across South Dakota. So
Yeah.
that's our most famous movie.
Yeah, that's our Departed, and that is where he won his first Oscar, I believe.
Which is just ridiculous.
I know, ridiculous.
Come on.
Which, sickening.
Sickening.
Was it in The Wolf of Wall Street where he has that scene where he's on Quaaludes and he's trying to get to his car and he opens the Lambo door with his foot? He deserved one just for that scene alone.
Yeah.
Because all of them hit at the same time.
Oh, dude.
While
Yeah.
he's on the phone. Oh.
Shut up, Blake.
Shut up. The next one is Saw 1.
Oh.
Pretty obvious one
Yep.
there. The ending of that. I haven't seen any of the newer Saws. This
So,
is kind of
really?
I feel like that was the only one that had a serious twist to it. They all were
very
pretty,
first one?
Yeah, they were all pretty messed
There
up
was,
movies, but
I think,
yeah.
whatever one Donnie Wahlberg was in had a pretty
it's
big
the one where
twist.
they're all in the house. There's a big house and there's rooms that they go in to get keys.
That's not the first one, though.
No. That's the one that he's in though, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Because he's a cop and his son is in one of the rooms with him or something like that in this
gotcha.
house.
Do-
Because he's actually in 2 of them.
I feel
now
like
think
all
about
the Saw movies try to have some sort of plot twist. I shouldn't have even.
it. Some of them, but that's the only
That's the big one.
really good one. Yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah, the first one is the one where you're like, oh, crap, the dead guy in the middle of the bathroom stands up.
Yeah.
Because it's been Jigsaw the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you realize, when he wakes up in the bathtub and pulls the drain, the key for the shackle was attached to the deal or whatever and fell down the drain.
Well, now this is another one. The last Saw big plot twist is they realized they could have all survived the whole time. I don't know if you heard about that one.
I actually saw that one, yep.
Yeah.
I should put that in honorable mentions. But yeah,
I did see that last
So that's
Saw.
kind of-
Don't
That
they
one
go,
was confusing
They go
me
kind of
because-
show you every part where they could have just been didn't have to do this at all.
yeah.
And that one confused me because Jigsaw was running around. I was like, isn't he dead?
Ain't he?
But
dead?
it's that parallel timeline or one past, one future at the same time. I love it when movies and TV shows do that.
That's true.
The
Saws
Witcher
1 through
was really good at that.
Saws
too.
1 through 3. I thought the last Saw was really good too. So I'll put the last Saw on there as well.
I liked the last one. I will
1 through 3 in the last one. I'll agree.
That's fair.
because I think after like the third or fourth Saw, the dude that plays Jigsaw gets killed off, and after that,
he hands it over.
What
to
am
the,
I doing?
He hands it over to the chick that's like the
Right.
tweaker chick in the second one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, I'm just like, it's just a lot of copycats and stuff or
Yeah,
whatever
pretty
after
much.
that, and I'm not for it, man. I'm not with it.
I'm really excited for number 5 right now.
Number 5, which is my favorite plot twist of all time.
So good.
The
dude.
Village.
Of
Literally
course.
my favorite plot twist.
Like M. Night Shyamalan did such a good job of making that whole movie seem like it took place in a different time period.
Yes.
And then you see a freaking car and you're like, what?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, just so you know, viewers,
Spoiler
alert.
alert. Spoiler
It was,
alert.
Oh, we said spoiler 10 minutes ago.
There was like
Don't care
a
anymore.
there was like a super rich guy who basically started like an Amish colony where he wanted to bring back time back to like the 1800s. It was like a time machine basically that he was making, and he paid planes not to fly overhead or anything, and he's like, this is a no-fly zone. He basically, but you didn't know. You thought the whole movie took place in like the 1700s, 1800s.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see a car driving down the road, and oh, by the way, there was no monster the whole time. It was just it was just a guy in a suit.
It was the parents.
Yeah, it was the
The
parents.
parents dressed up as monsters to scare the kids into staying in the colony. One goes away to doesn't she go to get medicine?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden climbs over this gate, hits the freaking interstate, and there's cars driving. You're just like,
What
is going on right now?
I thought there was like a time machine. Somewhere.
Right? Yeah.
No, but what was the purpose of them? Did they just want to get away from the world because the world was like evil?
It's kind of
like an
a
Amish
similar
colony.
thing. Yeah, similar thing to what the Amish believe. It's like the world is evil. Keep away from worldly things.
Sure.
Type. But theirs was more like, hey, we're forcing you to do
it's
this.
like
Not
a
like
prison.
Amish people where they let you go out every once in
It
a
was
while.
like a prison,
Right.
but fear was the gates. The gates were like fear.
Gates were monsters. Yeah.
Yeah, we're monsters. Yeah. Very good one.
Without a doubt, one of the best plot twists in the history
So
of
good.
cinema. Without a doubt.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Number 4, the obvious one I had to put on there: Darth Vader being Luke's father.
You can't have a
You
list.
can't,
You can't have a plot twist list without. Hey, that rhymed. Without Empire Strikes
Empire
Back
Strikes Back. Yeah.
on there. No way in heaven.
So I don't even know that one's been talked about ad nauseum, so we don't even have to say much about it.
But I feel like at this point, I shouldn't have to say this because most of the people watching our podcast probably realize the mistake in the line, in the Luke, I am your father line.
Oh yeah,
Because it's not-
no, I am your father.
It's not Luke, I am your father. It's no, I am your father.
Yeah, some people say that's the
If you
Mandela.
didn't know that, now you do.
Have you heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes.
Some people
Yep.
point to that.
Okay, what's this effect now?
So it's when something is so heavily believed by, I guess I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like when something is made to be common, like you imagine it in your head as remembering it like that, even though it's not. So another,
Yeah, because
example.
you just said what the line was, and I'm just like, wait, was it?
Yeah, it's no,
yes,
I am your
it's
father.
no, I am
Okay.
your father.
but everyone says Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
so that causes you to just remember it that way.
You know whose fault this is? Family Guy.
Family Guy.
I blame Family Guy.
True, they are at fault for a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
Well, now we move on to number 3 on the list, Fight Club.
So good.
Definitely a good one.
big reveal. I mean, there were clues and stuff there in the
Yeah, they did kind of sprinkle clues, like
as you go, because I watched it again recently, and it's like, okay, there are little hints and stuff that Tyler Durden is.
You start to realize like they're alone together a lot,
right,
or like they're not around each other at certain times, and he's not sleeping. Like
Yeah.
you can see it,
you can
Right.
see it. Great, just
Yeah, that's a
amazing
great-
plot twist.
or his relationship with that girl, which by the way was just nasty.
Which was
That's
a
what
nasty.
Helen Bonham Carter, right?
Wait, no, Neither. Sorry, guys. Who?
Goodness
Come on,
gracious!
Bellatrix and Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. I don't need to look.
I don't need to look it up anyway.
She was a
Okay.
little younger in Fight Club, but yeah,
Yeah.
that girl.
Dude, she doesn't age. She's a vampire.
Yeah,
she's a
no, I
vampire.
Like
agree.
she really doesn't.
Her and Paul Rudd and
I feel
Keanu
like
Reeves.
from Fight Club to what was it, the 5th Harry Potter that you first see her in? Order of the Phoenix? Probably a good 15, 20 years. She does not change like at all.
right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, number 2. This one was a huge deal. I think the end of the 90s was the maybe.
Ooh, this was probably
Somewhere
96, 97.
Yeah.
Probably around
This
there.
was probably the biggest plot twist of the 90s that I know of. Well, I don't know about
Yo, you probably nailed it right there. Dude.
Number
This movie was
the
good.
Sixth Sense. Yeah. So I had to put that.
Without a doubt, one of the biggest plot twists ever, dude. People
Also one of the
still talk about it to this
Yeah.
day. Clearly, as we're talking about it right now,
Yeah.
it's still making lists.
Also, one of like the most terrifying movies I got to see growing up that I probably shouldn't have been allowed to see at like 7 or 8 years old, but I did.
Oh, the girl like vomiting. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like The Exorcist.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
It's a freaking.
So
but,
bad.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: he was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yes, Bruce Willis is dead the whole time.
And then you see the crazy dude at the end who shot him or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
Yep. No, it was like when it first came out, I was too young to understand like what the plot twist was. But watching it now recently, you're like, wow, this is a really good movie.
Really good.
Yeah, like at a young age, all you could think of was I'm terrified, don't want to go to bed.
Shyamalan really likes those twists. Didn't he do The Village too?
Yep.
Yeah. Shyamalan is the king of twists, I guess.
Because I mean, he did Signs too. I think there was a twist in Signs.
Oh yeah. What was
A little bit of a twist in Signs, yeah. Oh, what is it? They couldn't open doors or something.
They can't open doors and they're
Water.
hurt by water.
Hurt by water, yeah.
That was
But I don't
kind
think
of my least favorite plot twist though. They're hurt
It wasn't
by
necessarily a
water.
plot twist. You just didn't expect
Yeah.
him to come and leave.
I haven't watched Signs in so long, so
Well,
if there is an actual plot twist, I
You
don't
get the
remember what it is.
end of the world vibe throughout the whole movie, and then
I
they
don't
just
like.
dip.
I don't like where it's like the invading aliens. Their weakness is water. I'm like, well, our planet is 70% water. That
Like
was
War of the
important.
Worlds. They
Well,
get here,
yeah,
just get the flu, and
And they like
they're all
come
dead.
down
yeah.
and they like invade the planet for like corn or something. I don't
Yeah.
remember what they, but like corn has water in it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's just unreal. It just seems unrealistic to me that a super advanced civilization didn't do their homework on the place they were invading,
right.
and they didn't.
Like, what if they just land in Florida on a really humid day?
They
They're all
just
dead.
die
Pretty much.
They're just all dead. Like,
Have you guys seen The Lady in the Water? That
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan? Okay.
yes.
There was a twist in that one too, but I can't remember what it was.
I haven't seen that movie in a long
It was
time.
that was a
man.
very good movie though.
Well, there was a twist where they all had a ability to bring her back home. I don't know.
yeah, something like that.
Something-
They all
I'd have-
had their like there was the movie guy who would be like, if this was a movie that we were in right now, this is how the ending would be, and I know this because I've studied movies forever. And then there was the bodybuilder dude who only worked out one side of his
one
body.
Side of his body. Yep.
Yep. Like there was just a bunch of weird people. In
Yeah.
that, but
There's a lot of weird people in that.
those little Wolverine things were scary though.
I'd have to watch. It's been so long.
It's a good movie. I'd be down to rewatch that.
I think there is a twist about it. But anyway, number 1 on the list is Shutter Island. Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna be real with you guys though. Even the first time I watched it, I had that figured out before we got to the end.
Well, I was gonna say
There was too many signs.
they did sprinkle clues just like Fight Club.
Yes,
like
yep.
there was like
Yeah, theirs were a little heavier though. Like the nurse, or I think she was the lunch lady. That was just like run, like go. It was like
yeah,
you could tell there's something going on here that has nothing to do with the case that he's supposedly trying to solve.
yeah.
So I don't know. I got it figured out pretty early on.
Well, aren't you just a genius? I guess the rest of us are just plebeians. It's fine.
Correct.
Yeah, Shutter Island had to make number 1 on the list. He was the the guy who was sent to solve the case, but not really.
Yeah,
But-
pretty much.
so, yeah, you guys will have to go watch that if anybody hasn't seen it.
Also, isn't it the dude from Law and Order SVU, Elliot Stabler? Isn't he one of the bad dudes with the staples in his face? Because I had never seen him in anything other than Law and Order SVU as a detective, and I'm pretty sure he's in that movie as like a psychopath when they go to that other building that nobody's supposed to go into, and everybody's running around.
Oh. What's his name?
Detective Elliot Stabler. I don't know his freaking real name.
Detective Elliot. Yeah, let's see here. Oh,
that guy.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, put in Shutter Island after that and see if I'm right. 'Cause I don't know.
I guess I could have just found his real name and done that.
True.
What's his real name?
Oh, Christopher Maloney.
Christopher Maloney. sorry, people. People listening are like, what?
Yeah, they're like, what are these guys doing?
Guys, this is important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was that dude. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This psychopath.
Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure because I remembered seeing it one time. I was like, wait, that's the dude from SVU.
Yeah. Anyway. But
Anyway.
honorable mentions really quick. Snape being a good guy. A lot of people didn't see that coming. Saruman being a bad guy. Not a huge plot twist because nobody knew who he was really at that time in the first movie.
Yeah.
Ned Stark actually dying. I thought that was a plot twist because I thought he was for sure going to make it.
I agree. I thought they were going to send him to the wall, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Joffrey, like we were talking about earlier, such a bad guy. He's just like, bring me his head.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, think of how different this whole like all the seasons would have went if Ned was up at the wall
Right.
with John,
Right. Oh, man.
and think of what he could have another spoiler. Think of what he could have told John when he got to the wall. Right. And they were both there, and he's like, all right, so since we're both stuck here forever, guess what I can divulge to you now?
Yeah. Oh, if only. Well, last one was Planet of the Apes for honorable mentions. Planet of the Apes 1, pretty good plot twist. It's like he was on Earth.
Yep, you realize that you're on Earth the whole time, and the apes had just taken over.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the end of that.
That was the list, boys and girls who are watching. Excuse me, I just got a little bit of heartburn.
Too much pizza. Eat a lot of pizza today, man.
Too much pizza, dude. Anyway, no, those are some huge plot twists, man.
Yeah.
You can't make a list without most of those on it. And I'm sure there's, a bunch more we've missed, but those are kind of the heavy hitters. Let's wrap up video game news here, and then we can jump into our tournament before we move over to sports.
Sure. So some calm before we all fight each other for a little bit.
Yep, pretty much. So, story number 1. Huge changes are coming to Pokemon Go, and an update that they're calling Go Beyond. This is kind of more like 3 different stories, but since it was all announced together, I'm going to roll it into one story. Probably the most asked for addition in Pokemon Go is the level cap to be raised. Players and Pokemon alike will be able to ascend from 40 to 50. Though the leveling system will be a little bit different this time, players will have to complete a series of challenges as well as gain XP. But the good news is that players who have been at level 40 for a while will be able to take the XP they've accumulated and put it towards their next level. Ooh. Yes, sir. According to a screenshot provided by Niantic, just leveling up from 45 to 46 will require a whopping 15.5 million XP.
Oh, my goodness. It's taken me 6 months to get 1.5 million to get halfway.
Pretty much. The types of tasks players need to complete in order to advance beyond 40 will include things like completing all evolutions. Your existing ones won't count, unfortunately.
Wow.
Earning a gold medal for your trainer. Existing medals won't count, unfortunately, as well. Win 30 raids. Make 50 excellent throws. Catch 200 Pokemon in a single day. Powering up a legendary Pokemon 20 times.
Wow.
So on and so forth. Players will also be able to level their Pokemon beyond their current CP maximums. Doing so will require a new consumable called Candy XL, which can be earned in a variety of ways, including catching Pokemon and converting existing Pokemon candy into the XL candy. That's a mouthful.
It's a lot of changes.
And that's just the first change. Also making its way in the new update are all new Generational 6 Pokemon from the Kalos region, including Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. A special event featuring new Pokemon from the Kalos region will run December 2nd at 10 a.m. to December 8th at 10 p.m. local time. This just means Greninja's come into the game, so sign me up.
Sign me up.
My favorite water starter.
Fair enough.
Possibly the most ambitious addition are seasons. Pokemon Go will be adapting the game to each season: summer, winter, fall, and spring. Pokemon prone to snowy conditions like Alolan Vulpix or Snover can be found more easily during the winter, whereas Pokemon more prone to summer weather like Burmy or Jurumaka will be more difficult to find until summer rolls back around. Pokemon's Go new seasonal structure will go into effect soon, and it will also affect the Go Battle League, extending league seasons from 2 months to 3. Go Battle Leagues will also get new ranks, transitioning from 10 to 24. Pokemon Go's first season, the Season of Celebration, will kick off December 1st at 8 a.m. local time. The season will feature a series of in-game events highlighting Pokemon discovered in the Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, and Unova, and Kalos regions. Niantic teases that the Seasons of Celebration will accumulate a brand new global event experience.
Better be super cool with all those Pokemon if we need to catch 200 in one day to go past level 40.
It's rough, man. Although serious players will have no problem doing that. I see guys that are down there day in, day out, constantly playing the game. Like got to level 40 in like a month.
We always joke about wanting to be the very best that no one ever was. But those guys are really out there doing it.
And then I realized that them guys are really out there being the best.
You realized you were just the bug catcher who's like, hey, you.
So this next story, I'm going to kind of try and roll through quick here because I think it's like one of my last video game stories. It's that time of year again. the time where we get to start talking about the video game awards. The best way to jumpstart the conversation is to reveal the nominees. And that's exactly what happened. The nominations for this year's video game awards have been released. Leading the charge would be Last of Us Part 2 and Hades with nominations. Once again, I'm not going to list every single category because that would be crazy long. The ones I already have are going to take a minute. First one I got is Best Performance. We have Ashley Johnson as Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. Laura Bailey as Abby in The Last of Us Part 2.
Can't complain with that.
Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham as Hades in Hades. Najee Jader as Miles Morales, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Nice.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring there for Ashley Johnson. Because listen, The Last of Us 2 is going to get a lot of my votes.
I knew it was gonna be that or Miles Morales. So.
Because I don't know, man. That's a pretty close one too. Because the performance acting in that one is really, really awesome too.
To me, it sounded just like the movie.
But the emotional stress that Ashley Johnson is able to portray, and it just can't be.
I would say similar things to Uncharted, but they're both done by Naughty Dog. They're done by the same company.
And they are fantastic at those narratives.
Yeah, they're great. you feel like you're in a movie, like you're watching a movie while playing it.
Right. Next up, Best Ongoing Game, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. Without a doubt, I give this one to Fortnite. I don't know. You guys aren't big on the...
No,
the Fortnites.
I used to play Fortnite. I used to play all of them.
And I don't play Fortnite either, but the content that they put out over and over, it's just unbelievable. Like this whole Nexus Wars thing they got going on with Galactus and all of the Marvel heroes.
Still not letting Tyson play it.
Where's
Every time he does, he tries to spend money.
Best Independent Game, we have Carry On, Fall Guys, Hades, Splunky 2, and Spiritfarer. Fall Guys, anything Fall Guys is nominated for, I'm going to vote for because that game was phenomenal.
That was
fun. Phenomenal. Best Esports Event, European Finals, Call of Duty League Championships, IEM Katowice, League of Legends World Championship, Overwatch League Grand Finales.
There's my League of Legends.
I threw a little League of Legends in there for Mike.
CSGO gets a lot of esports, I mean, all these do, I suppose, yeah.
No, I can believe that, yep.
RPG, ooh.
Yep, best RPGs come Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royale, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I gotta vote for that one, obviously.
Yeah. What? I've never
played. Did have a really good time with Genshin Impact, though.
Yeah, it was really fun for a while, but
You can go on. I just want to look up Wasteland 3. Oh.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Looks terrible.
Next up, best multiplayer. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Valorant. I actually don't think I'm going to vote for Fall Guys in this one. I'd probably give this one to Animal Crossing.
Wait,
yeah.
That was...
Valorant... Well, I say this as a League of Legends Riot Games guy. Valorant's huge right now.
Yeah.
They just came out. But Among Us...
I would say Among Us is ridiculous right now.
Here's the thing.
My 4-year-old plays it.
It's a 2018 game that took off in 2020. Should that count, do you think?
Or
there's been more updates.
Okay, I love Among Us. Don't get me wrong, but you could literally program this game in in an afternoon. This is
the
concept of it is really easy.
It's such a simple game.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Do you think that because it came out in 2018, it should even be in the 2020 Video Game Awards?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Do you think that's fair? Do you think because nobody ever really even played it?
Yeah, it just took off randomly because I
can't tell you how many people just sit in groups of 4 or 5 at the bar on their phones and play that freaking game. It's ridiculous.
I believe it.
I used to throw those murder mystery parties. I still plan to in the future. And this is just basically a murder mystery party.
Exactly.
Do murder mystery parties?
We're gonna have one. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm coming.
Next up, best action adventure: Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. I know it doesn't have a lot of time to grasp a lot of fans, but Assassin's Creed, I think, is going to be probably the head runner for this category. I personally have not played it, so I probably wouldn't vote for it. For action adventure, I would probably vote Spider-Man.
Although,
in my opinion.
big underdog here, Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yes.
I've heard so many amazing things.
Game's amazing.
But all three, those were three would be my.
I've watched you play all these except for Star Wars, Kyle.
Yeah, no, I
You
played
played the Ori. You played the Ori one too.
So
didn't
Star Wars came out last February. It's almost a whole year old, which sucks for it because it missed the window to meet Game of the Year last year,
Oh,
which is going to be the case with a lot of games this year, which sucks. So it's not nominated this year, which it is eligible to. But I mean, with the competition, it is what it is. I mean,
it is what it is.
Next up, innovation and accessibility. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, The Last of Us Part 2, Watch Dogs Legion. I haven't played any of these besides The Last of Us Part 2, but I know there were over 80 accessibility customizable options in The Last of Us 2, which is unheard of. Unheard of.
I will say Ubisoft and Naughty Dog are going off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mainly just Last of Us 2 for Naughty Dog.
Honestly,
but
not Last of Us 2 has the most nominations with 10
Yeah.
this year.
Yep.
Best score / music: Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, The Last of Us Part 2.
So much nostalgia from Final Fantasy VII. I really can't get over it.
And it's definitely between Doom Eternal and The Last of Us Part 2, and I think The Last of Us Part 2 takes that one for me just because there's like an acoustic version of Iran by the Flock of Seagulls that Ashley Johnson sings in it, and you'd think it wouldn't be good, but it's like...
I'm just looking this up because
Oh, yeah, no
I've never
worries.
played it.
But it's like Ori is very fun.
Ori and the Will
Very
of the
fun,
Wisps.
very challenging.
Oh, I've never played it, huh?
Awesome game.
Oh, back to
I stop saying so much.
I do that too.
It is what it is. But I'll throw my hat in the ring for Last of Us Part 2 on soundtrack too, because that
I didn't
and
get
then
all the
that
way through
Pearl
Final
Jam
Fantasy
song.
VII, but I did really enjoy the battle score and like the first part,
Right.
like when you're kind of like, oh, this is the game.
Oh, dude.
This is what it's gonna look like. I'm so excited for it, and then you start to hear like some of those nostalgic battle noises from back when it was on PlayStation 1. I really like that one.
I'm between Doom and Last of Us. Yeah, I think you're right.
It's just there's more feeling to the songs in The Last of Us. Like when I would hear what's the Pearl Jam song that they had in The Last of Us 2? I can't remember the name of it now. Dang it.
What is it? Pearl Jam? You said
Pearl Jam from The Last of Us 2. Yeah.
the end of Last of Us 2. Why am I in images? What? I don't know. It's
So right there, what song does Joel?
Future Days.
Future Days.
Future Days, that's what it's called. The way that they it's just an acoustic, like just the characters will play the guitar and sing it,
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
and it's just got so much emotion. Like that one song would almost do it for me, aside from the other ones that they throw in.
For shizzle.
Uh,
I'm 10 years old.
Best narrative, I think we know what I'm going to vote for. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Not
Ghost-
Tanners.
yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah, the narrative is
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say Final Fantasy VII.
it's
I
a
wanted
great
to.
it's a great narrative, but I just can't compare it
Why is this Ghost of Tsushima up here all the time?
Oh,
because it was one of the better
Yeah,
games
it
of
was-
last year.
Oh,
Like, it was
I've
amazing.
if The Last of Us Part 2 wasn't as good as it was, he'd be voting Ghost of Tsushima on just about every other thing.
Pretty much.
On everything.
Pretty much. It was amazing.
But yeah, you ran through that game.
Oh,
in like
It's
a
like an
week.
open world RPG where you're pretty much a samurai.
Oh, I don't think this is on PC. Dang it.
Oh.
It is a PlayStation exclusive.
Oh. Is Far Cry's on everything, right?
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
But it looks like Far Cry's made by the same people, or no?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft makes everything. All right, go on.
Well, Sucker Punch made Ghost of Tsushima. Ubisoft makes Far Cry. It's not made by the same people.
Sorry.
And then, of course, the big one, Game of the Year, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2.
I know what you're gonna say there.
Yeah, sue me, dude. I really liked The Last of Us Part 2.
I can tell.
I really did. And I don't think
like,
there's
where's my old boss when we're talking about The Last of Us 2 for like half an hour?
and I think there's a lot of great games this year, but I don't think a single one of them stack up to The Last of Us Part 2. I don't care. A lot of people were mad about there's a moment in the game that a lot of people weren't happy about, but it is what it is, and they review bombed the game for that.
How dare they?
Fans will
Pissed.
internet will be internet.
The internet will be.
But anyway, there's your nominees. So remember to go online and vote for who you want to win each category. Like, there's the website you can go and find. I'll link it in the description. And make your votes, guys, because it's a coming.
Every vote counts, unlike our usual elections.
Ouch. So to wrap up this news thing here with a couple of stories. Real quick, Hitman developer IO Interactive announced Project 007 on Thursday, a new game starring James Bond that will tell the British Secret Service operative's origin story. In a new release, IO Interactive said Project 007 will feature a wholly original Bond story exclusively as a video game.
That'd be nice.
Well,
That's pretty exciting.
I love all the Hitmen, so I'll probably
I love all the Bonds too, man.
Yeah. True.
And to round out the news section here, just as live streaming platforms like Twitch mass delete video content in response to an influx of DMCA takedown requests, Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt Red. It's a good thing I'm done with the news because
Yeah.
it's getting hard to read. CD
So that I'm a
Projekt Red
co-host.
is giving its players a solution to deal with the problem of streaming copyrighted music in video games. The developer will give players the option of disabling certain songs in games. The developer will give players the option... I read that line twice. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077 in an attempt to avoid copyright strikes when live streaming or making videos that feature audio from the game.
I feel like that should have always been a thing when this live streaming thing started.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it is what it is that it took so long, but that's a very cool.
Also, complete side note that's been in my head since we talked about the James Bond thing. I really want Idris Elba to play him in the new Bond movie.
Oh, that would be dope.
I think Idris Elba would be a great Bond.
They were
That
talking
dude is
about
smooth.
They were talking about getting a lady Bond too at one point.
Well, yeah.
I'm okay with them having a lady agent, but why?
What do you guys-
Why replace 007?
We're talking about Jamie Bond because I'm okay with that.
Just make it a whole new storyline.
Yeah, I need a
Yeah.
whole 007 that's just about.
What do you guys think of Margot Robbie being in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like as the star?
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with
I
it.
can't think of anything I dislike her in really. So
I was gonna say I love her. Dude.
Yeah. No,
She's pretty. She's a great actress. She's funny. And women aren't funny.
no, none of them.
not a single one. Honestly, she could be a terrible actor, and I wouldn't know because every time she's on screen, I'm just like, oh,
Oh,
look at you.
Bless your heart.
Oh, you're so cute.
So it is that time of the week again.
don't say it. No.
Last week we started a fun little tournament for Disney animated movies. Last week we had Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs go up against Sleeping Beauty, in which we decided Sleeping Beauty would move on.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we had Pinocchio face off against Peter Pan, in which we decided Peter Pan would move on. This week we have a duo that's a little tougher for us to get past.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
Well, me and Mike, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh.
Tanner's vote is null and void now.
Yeah.
since he made
Tanner doesn't get
So you guys go through all these topic and like these speaking points. I just look at the pictures up there and I'm like, boom, boom.
it. You just look
Argue with me.
One of these days you're gonna pick a picture. I'm gonna change your mind.
Yeah.
So first up, everybody's favorite Prince of the Forest, Bambi. Going up against the lonely little
For now, I'm just gonna.
black sheep elephant Dumbo.
Big-eared nerd.
Big-eared nerd.
I put
His
him on
name is
the
his name is actually Jumbo. Jumbo Jr. is his name. It's just everybody named him Dumbo because they were making fun of his ears. Like,
Yeah, so
and we all just went along with calling him Dumbo.
That's true.
And we still haven't stopped, apparently.
Even the movie made fun of him straight up.
Straight up, she's just like, "What's the crane is like, or the stork is like, what's his name?" He's like, "Jumbo Jr." And then the bitchy elephants were like, "Jumbo," or like Dumbo. They were definitely the villains of the movie.
They were, yeah.
So I watched all 4 of these movies.
That a boy.
I did. And then, so obviously, what's our first talking point here? That's not
plot, right?
Plot.
Sorry,
So
I put it all on the same page. That's why
Yeah.
I entered it all down.
Yep, no worries. I appreciate that. Plot. So, the plot of Bambi is pretty simple. It's honestly, there's not really too much about it. It's kind of Bambi growing up to begin with, learning the forest, and then the second half of the movie, once he's an adult or a adolescent, trying to avoid the Twitter.
The Twitter? What?
The Twitter.
When they fall in love, what do they call it? Twitter.
Oh.
Twitter pacing or something.
Oh, yeah, it's something.
The
silly.
owl calls it something with Twitter. And it's
See, you said Twitter, now I'm just completely thrown off.
Yeah, I was
and
thrown
one
off
by
too.
it's I forget what it's called, but
It's okay. You keep talking now. Yeah, I don't even know.
That post comes up once a year where it's like a deer standing by some snow with a cigarette hanging out of its mouth, and he goes, "They come by me, they shoot the guns, don't bother me none. Bunch of hosers."
Just put in Bambi Twitter and then let auto
Bambi Twitter
padded.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
It's a Twitter padded.
Yep.
Well,
So one by one, as they're walking through the forest, Flower the skunk falls in love, and then Thumper falls in love, and then Bambi runs into Faline again, and then hunters smoke the woods again and light everything on fire.
yeah.
So there's not a lot of plot to Bambi. I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of just like a feel good.
Yeah, it's
movie.
Okay. Do you think there's like an element of like anti-hunting, or is that not like what they're going for?
I mean, they said the hunters set the woods on
Yeah,
fire.
it's a pretty much anti.
And they killed Bambi's mom.
If you want to get like a little blind or a stand and shoot some animals, I get it. If you have to burn the whole forest down
Yeah,
to get to them,
that's true.
that's not cool.
Yeah, what are these hunters doing? Like,
Whereas I kind of think the plot in Dumbo. It's been too long. I need to wrap up this podcast. The plot of Dumbo is kind of like finding out who he is, like what he's good at.
Sure.
I feel like
Being yourself, even though you have giant ears.
Because it's like he can't run. Both of them have trouble running, by the way.
Yeah, hilarious.
He can't run. He trips over his ears, so he like messes up the entire circus. And then he's like, the bitchy elephants are like, he's not an elephant anymore. Blah blah blah. And then he's like a clown. And then the Jim Crows help him learn how to fly.
The Jim Crows,
Which are very racist crows.
I was just gonna say.
Very, very racist crows, but that's what they're called. The Jim Crows.
Disney got away with racism back then.
They sure did, man. It was.
You heard the writers just like, did we just do a racism? Nah.
So Bambi was made in 1942, and Dumbo was made in 1941. I didn't realize how old they were. I'm like, wow,
Me
those
either,
movies
dude.
are old.
No
Why
wonder
did I
there
think
was
they were
the
like
Jim-
70s movies?
Right, 40s,
Wow.
dude.
Well, because they probably came out with like remastered, where it's like it looks like it was,
Right.
Dude, that's literally World War II.
Yeah,
Like, that's ridiculous.
So anyway, moving on to the villain. Neither of these movies have like a huge, abundant villain.
like the elephants and the hunters.
Yeah, I would say
I was
hunters.
gonna say Elephants and the Hunters maybe is about it.
It's why I told you it's an anti-hunting movie. I mean, it's fine. I haven't gone hunting in years.
And I mean, I'm gonna say, hunters killing. Like when Bambi's an adult and they come back into the woods, they're like smoking animals, dude.
Yeah.
Like, shooting bunnies out of their burrows, ripping quails. Like hunters are definitely worse.
Yeah.
Than the elephants, like being a little.
Yeah.
Do they make him like as graphically bad as like the people trying to grab the gorillas in Tarzan? Where there's like fire and it's like reflecting off their face and they're all red and evil
not
looking.
Even, not even
No,
that
I
bad.
think it's just like
Okay.
a gunshot and you see the animal like.
Like you see like a puff of smoke and then some feathers
Yeah.
and stuff. Like,
Shouldn't have
they
been hanging
kill
out in
them.
this
You know
forest,
that they
bud.
kill them,
Yeah.
but there's no blood or anything like that.
Those hunters were dicks. I agree.
They were. Hero, Bambi and Dumbo.
They're so similar in
They're
a way.
so similar.
Yeah.
So I think
Nerds.
Nerds.
Bambi just has the best opportunity to be a hero, whereas Dumbo is just kind of like trying to not get made fun of so much all the time.
And is the Disney expert.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bambi goes back to save Faline from the dogs. I guess that's probably the most heroic thing he does in the movie, but
So are we basically saying villain and hero are like tied or like?
I mean, I think Bambi wins hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think Bambi wins villain.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
I think so. Because, I mean, the elephants, like, pick on Dumbo. They don't.
Yeah.
Shoot,
Oh, you're right.
They don't shoot at him.
You're right.
Kill his parents or anything.
Kill his parents. Yeah.
They're just kind of snobs. What did we say for plot? Who won plot?
Plot.
That was kind of even, wasn't it? Because they're both kind of similar.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think Dumbo leans a little bit more on the plot way because
Okay.
there's just not really much to Bambi.
Yeah,
No,
there
you're right.
isn't. Yeah, we'll give it to Dumbo for plot. Okay.
So support. There's not a lot here for either. There is.
Thumper.
So Thumper, Flower, and Faline.
Thumper's so cute.
Thumper is
True.
very cute. And then Dumbo has Timothy J. Mouse,
Oh yeah.
and the Jim Crows. Pretty much. I just don't want to say it anymore. It's so
On account of the racisms, we're gonna go ahead and go with
Yeah.
Bambi on this one.
Yeah, the
it's easy. Bambi's support is way better.
Yeah. This is like the awkward part of last week when we're like the red men were the supporting cast.
Pretty much. So soundtracks, the big songs from Dumbo are like "Baby Mine" and
Say baby mine or bay be mine.
"Baby Mine."
See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did. Baby.
Mine.
I don't think they
And
came out
then
with
"When
that song in
Elephants
the
Fly."
40s. Oh yeah.
Like I've seen everything when I see an elephant fly.
Not a bad song. I don't know.
And then Bambi doesn't really have any music, does it? I don't really
Which
think so.
which was the basis
I
for
think the spring-
Princess When Doves Cry.
They have the
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I made that up.
Okay,
but
I
let's
was
go with
thinking
it.
that's true.
Bambi has the April song or whatever, where the birds are all singing the spring song,
Oh.
and it drives the owl nuts. I remember that.
So you
And
kind
then-
of have to give it to Dumbo.
Kind of have to because they're more known songs, like
Yeah. Who
I
would we
just
give
watched-
who would we give support to? I'm sorry.
Bambi.
Bambi easily.
Look at me for
Sequel quality. Bambi is the only one with a sequel. I added this from last week because Tanner made a good point that like.
yeah.
You know, some sequels are better than the original movie, and they can't be ignored. So we can't put every sequel into the tournament, but we can take into account how many a movie has, how good those are, so on and so forth.
What about the new Dumbo? How does that factor into this? Because apparently the new Dumbo was really good, but super dark.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I would count that as like a sequel / remake.
Sure.
But I mean, they're all getting remakes eventually, so it's like.
I don't like either equally. Oh, geez. All right. Outstanding.
So Bambi got one sequel where it was just his time with his dad.
Sure.
Dumbo was planned for a sequel, but the creator of that sequel left the project to go and do something else, and that's why Dumbo 2 was never made.
Oh, okay.
So in that regard, Bambi did get a sequel, Dumbo did not, but
Okay.
not for lack of,
Sure.
popularity.
I don't know who to. I guess I'll give it to Bambi then.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
I mean, these talking points aren't like numbers judging, but
Yeah.
it is something to take into
Something
account.
to take into.
And then just personal attachment, like which one do you just like
Bambi.
more? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Dumbo's good, and I heard the new one was really good. I haven't seen it yet.
Just ever since you see him try to do the walk thing the first time, you just love him.
Yeah, but have you seen Dumbo trip over his big fat ears, dude? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
what
so
a freaking
cute,
dork,
man.
dude. Grow up.
Oh, it's so cute.
Tanner's the other elephants. Tanner's.
I am the other elephants.
You are. All right, Tanner, you want to start the voting off? What do you choose, Bambi or Dumbo?
Yeah, do I have to say it?
Yes.
Bambi.
Yeah. I choose Bambi. I do like Dumbo, but I choose Bambi.
Well, then my vote's just kind of null and void, but
Yeah, nobody cares.
I choose Bambi as well. So.
Yeah.
Make it a TKM.
TK.
Flower. Bird. Bird.
Basically.
That's good. All right, so Bambi will move on to the next round, and Dumbo will be eliminated. So,
Peace, big ears.
peace, Jumbo Jr.
Big Dumbo. Big Dumbo.
So the next one's a little harder. Probably not for Tanner, but for me and Mike, this one's a little tougher.
Yeah.
And like I said, I can't stress enough that this is all like random. I put these all into a random generator so that it wasn't like me picking my favorite movies against movies I know they'd beat.
Yeah.
Which we should have, just to weed out the weak ones.
Just to weed out the weak ones, yeah.
So that we can have a, Toy Story Tarzan final.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that'd
Round
be a
two.
tough one.
Round 2 is going to be rough, man. So in this fourth round, we have Cinderella, Queen of the Princesses, man. When you think of Disney,
Yeah.
you think of Cinderella, versus Tiana from The Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
So I have a lot to say.
I do too. And it's
So let's just start with the plot. We'll go at this like one at a time here, just like.
What's with all these princess movies against each other in the first round?
There's gonna be a lot of that. There's a lot of princess movies, Mike.
No, I know, but it's just like we have every princess movie
Yeah, we
has
are
been up
losing.
against
We're
it.
losing some heavy hitters in the first round. That's for sure. So
Nah.
the plot of each movie, the plot of Cinderella, is what her dad passes away, her stepmom turns out to be an evil. See you next Tuesday.
Stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All of her sisters get more than she gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like
She's
stepmom
like Harry Potter. She lives in a
spends
cupboard.
all of the fortune on those two stepdaughters.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the unrealistic part. Cinderella's way prettier than the other ones.
Absolutely.
How did the parents just like look at the kids and be like, forget this pretty one?
Well, because Cinderella's mom died.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
And then he remarried
That's true.
Was it Lady Tremaine?
That's true. Yeah, I forgot.
And then Lady Tremaine, once the dad died, completely shut Cinderella out.
Okay, that makes
because she was so like beautiful and perfect.
That does make more sense. Okay.
So basically, it comes down to it that the prince is coming home, and the king has decided to have a ball in his honor where he will invite every eligible maiden in the country, pretty much, in hopes of finding a wife for his.
What a player, dude.
I was gonna say, man, could we get a movie from the prince's perspective? Check out all these fine mommies that came to see me.
He just has scuba
here-
gear on the whole time because he's knee deep in it. Isn't he?
So here forward, we know the story. Cinderella makes a dress to get to the ball, gets all her chores done, and then the stepsisters rip the dress to pieces. Cue the fairy godmother to make her a new dress.
Yeah.
Bippity boppity boo. Off we go.
Some nice slips.
Yes, sir. And off to the ball until midnight. We all
Carriage made out of
know.
a pumpkin.
Yeah.
We all know how the story goes.
So you know how When You Wish Upon a Star, but isn't that palace the Cinderella palace?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So another staple.
Another staple. Yes.
Another staple of.
Anyway, yeah. They try on the shoe on every woman in the county, country, whatever it is, kingdom.
Got fat feet.
Yes, and obviously Cinderella's foot is the only one that fits the glass slipper. No, actually, they break the glass slipper, and she has the other one.
Yeah.
He's like, but wait, I have the pair. And he's like, oh my fuck. Anyway,
I just love the scene of all the like fat women trying to jam their foot and just like it can fit. I
the
promise.
stepsisters.
Oh, yeah,
Why won't it fit? Big nasty boats.
Not yours, heifer. Get.
Also, you're telling me there's nobody else with the same shoe size as this?
Apparently not.
Nope.
Come on.
They do say that in the movie, though. I did just watch it, and the Duke is like, but surely somebody's bound to fit this that isn't her. And then the king's like, well, that's the prince's problem. Find me the girl that fits it.
Yeah.
She wears a size 6 1/8 in shoes,
6 1/8.
to be exact.
All right, so between that and then the Lady and the Frog, or the Princess and the Frog, the plot for that movie is, Tiana's pretty much scrounging, working
Streets of
day
New
in,
Orleans.
day out so that she can raise money to get her
Dream restaurant.
restaurant, which is bought by somebody else. So she's got like a day to get all of the money, or she loses it. And then makes a wish upon a star or whatever, and then the frog pops up next to her. And she's like, I suppose you want a kiss now, huh? And the frog's like, a kiss would be nice. Like, starts talking and freaking out.
I thought that part was hilarious.
Oh, dude, it's funny. Anyway, she ends up kissing him, and then instead of him turning into a prince, she turns into a frog, and then they go on this big adventure to find a voodoo lady in the swamp to turn him back.
Yeah.
Along the way, obviously, they fall in love and
Meet some supporting characters. I didn't really like the glow bug that
some
much,
good,
though.
some bad. Yeah, Ray and Lewis.
When he died, I'm like, I feel nothing.
Yeah, no, I felt a little bad, but it's just the accent was too much.
Yeah, the accent was over the top. In the bayou.
It was too much.
Yeah.
So villains in both very good villains. Lady Tremaine is obviously this evil stepmom in this one. Worst thing she does is, lock Cinderella in her room when the Duke is there to try on the shoes. She locks her up in the attic.
It's not the worst thing ever. I like Tyson in his room all the time when food gets delivered because I want first dibs on the food. So whatever.
And then the villain for The Princess and the Frog.
The darkest villain in Disney history.
Yes, sir. Do you remember the name of him? He's the
So
Voodoo
long.
Man is what they call
Yeah,
him.
Voodoo Man.
The Voodoo Man.
But it's like something that starts with an R, Rivalci or something.
I just spelled that wrong. Lady and the Frog. Princess and the Frog. Princess and the Frog, rather. It's Facilier?
Facilier, yeah.
The Shadow Man.
Yeah, the Shadow Man is what they call him in the movie. And this dude is dark because he doesn't just kill you. He doesn't just, like, get in your way. He, like, actually steals your soul and takes it to hell.
Yeah, it's like the darkest villain.
So this is a pretty dark villain.
He talks to like dead people.
Yeah, like
but-
there's the demon shadows that help him.
One of my favorite, we'll probably go over this in soundtrack. One of my favorite villain songs is "Friends on the Other Side."
Yeah, for sure.
I love that song in that movie. Does the villain have a song in Cinderella? Let me think. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't
I was
remember.
like, do the stepsisters sing anything together? It's like a duet.
Maybe.
No, I really don't think so.
Which is probably fine. I don't care if villains have too much.
The only song I think they have is that really, really bad one when they're having music lessons and they can't sing.
Fair enough.
And Cinderella's downstairs mopping, singing it perfectly.
Just killing it.
So I'm gonna be honest. I give plot to Cinderella, but I want to give villain to Lady.
I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
That's just the darkest villain. He
So-
summons demons from hell to like find her. It's
I
like,
agree, that's a better villain. It just is. And he actually kills somebody in the movie. He kills Ray, the lightning bug.
Oh yeah, true.
So hero, Cinderella versus Tiana in the hero category. As far as heroic things, I don't really. Cinderella's like a super sweet, nice person, but I don't really think she does much heroic stuff in the movie.
Yeah, I would say.
You can't really call the prince a hero either. So,
Yeah,
Right.
like, he's
I would say Tiana was. More
I would say
heroic.
Tiana was probably more.
She had
of
to
a
turn
hero.
into a frog.
Well, and the things she did as a frog were much more heroic. Like
True.
she saved what's his name, the prince,
The
like
prince.
multiple times as the frog, so on and so forth. I think she wins that one too. Tiana wins the hero category too. Support. So Cinderella's got the mice. What is it, Jock and
Oh yeah.
Gus, who are amazing. Like without them,
True.
Cinderella wouldn't be Cinderella without those two. Like they went and got the key when she got locked down in the basement. Like they went and got the key. They stinking turned into the horses that rode her to the ball. Like those two were the true MVPs.
what did they turn into her like carriage driver?
The horse.
The horse.
Her horse. They turned into the carriage driver.
And
They
then
turned
they
the
turned
four
into horses.
mice into the horse. And then the dog was the doorman.
Gotcha.
You got the fairy godmother.
Yep, the fairy godmother.
Yep.
Who else? Let's see. Pretty good ones right there, though.
Yes.
Was it just
Some
the
of
one
them.
fairy godmother, or did she have like
One.
extra help?
Yep, just
Just
one.
one, I think.
What am I? Oh, I'm thinking of in Kingdom Hearts where there's like the three colored ones that are alongside of her.
Great game.
Yeah. Well, it's like the fairy godmother, and like right next, there's like three colored ones that are in different colors that help her or whatever. But yeah, different thing.
Right. So in The Princess and the Frog, she's got the prince, she's got Ray, and she's got Lewis.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Oh, gosh.
Shot a guy.
Stab someone.
That's true. Ray Lewis shot a guy.
Yeah.
Which overall,
What?
I had to look up and watch for that. I was like, because you looked right at the camera. Ray Lewis shot a guy.
Shot a guy.
That was
oh
perfect.
man,
Perfect.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
So, that was perfect.
Anyway, I think because as far as like they rode on Lewis's back, the crocodile,
Yeah.
which was helpful, and Ray kind of led them right to where the voodoo lady was in the swamp, which is very helpful.
Then you had the prince's helper. What was his name? The
But he was kind of like the secondary bad guy, though. Remember?
Yeah, that's
he
right.
gets turned into like the prince or
Yeah,
whatever,
you're right.
because he's trying to like take over the prince's like kingdom or whatever, riches or something.
True.
Or wait, he's broke or something.
He's broke.
Yeah, he was like obviously the Shadow Man was the big bad, and then he was kind of like the second bad.
Yeah, he was.
So he was kind of like LeFleur,
Yeah.
or LeFou, whatever his name is from
LeFou.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You mean the best villain of all time?
I
Sorry.
honestly think that Cinderella, her supporting characters are better. I honestly think so because
Yeah.
they actually like made it so that like Like, because without those two, like, she doesn't go to that ball. She doesn't.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cinderella because I thought the Lightning Bug and Lewis were a bit much at times.
I agree. They're pretty.
They're a bit.
They're pretty overwhelming, especially with the accents, especially with the Lightning Bugs.
Yeah, I was
Louisiana Bayou.
I was gonna say.
Just hick accent. It's just a lot.
I'll go with Cinderella on support. Yeah.
I agree. All right, bring it on. Soundtrack. So, A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Bippity Boppity Boo,
Bippity
obviously. What else have we got in Cinderella? There's got to be more, right?
I think that's all you need.
It's kind of all you need. Those are the two biggest.
I don't know, though. I'm telling you, Princess and the Frog has amazing songs. Oh, I guess, there's a lot of little ones, but I think. Where did I... Well, anyway.
Those are the two very important ones.
Yeah.
Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes is probably, one of the most well-known songs in Disney ever.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
and then,
same with Bippity Boppity Boo, honestly.
Right.
She's got Neo.
She does have Neo.
She does have Neo.
Never knew I needed.
Never knew I needed.
So, The Princess and the Frog has Almost There, which has gotten really, really popular on TikTok lately for the wrong reasons.
Very good song. Very catchy.
Very great song. But I can't hear it now without hearing the stupid TikToks where they're talking about, like, almost,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
almost there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
Friends on the Other Side, like I said, my favorite
Your
villain
favorite
song.
favorite villain song is not Be Prepared, so grow up.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I didn't think about that.
Anyway, Friends on the Other Side is great.
Dig a Little Deeper is pretty good.
Dig a Little Deeper. I really like Dig a Little Deeper.
They're not. These aren't as known as the Cinderella songs, but they're good. They're good.
Yeah, they are good.
I don't even
But I think Cinderella wins the sound.
That's so tough.
It is tough because.
Look, dude, you got me picking against Neo.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're saying The Princess and the Frog right now?
No, I'm saying I agree with you, but like that's how sure I am that I'm picking against Neo.
Oh.
Like,
I'll go Princess and the Frog. You guys can go Cinderella.
I don't think there's a person in the world that you can be like, you know what, A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes song? Like, oh yeah, from the Cinderella movie. I don't think there's a single person that you could be like, ask that to and they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what steals it for me. Or Bippity Boppity Boo even. Like, who doesn't know that song?
I don't know. This one's close. This one's close for me.
I'm getting closer every day. I'm almost there.
I'm almost there. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, good thing these aren't like point systems, because man, that's tough, man. I would say Cinderella, I guess, just because of the knowability. Like everybody knows what it is. It's like Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might be out on this next one. If there's a sequel of either of these, I have not seen them.
There's 2 Cinderella sequels.
What?
2 and 3.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Do you know what happens in the second?
So I didn't watch them, but the second one is Cinderella adjusting to life as the new princess. And
Probably terrible.
Yeah, and then the third one, the evil stepmom steals the fairy godmother's wand and reverses time, like back to the night of the ball, and changes like something or whatever.
Yeah.
Makes it so that Cinderella doesn't go.
This isn't fair. My, Anna doesn't really like Princess and the Frog, but I love Princess and the Frog, so this isn't fair.
Not your Anna. You can't just own people.
What?
They outlawed that.
This isn't the 1500s. I thought I was a lord. I bought a thing from
You
Scotland.
can't just own people anymore.
This is a very, very tough decision for me because I love both of these movies, man.
Yeah, personal attachment. Oh boy. I don't know.
You guys want me to go first again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cinderella.
How dare you? But okay, I agree. I don't know. That's a tough one. They're both good.
If you get like, I'm gonna switch it to my camera so you can like see me sweating.
Sweating. Okay, you know what?
This is a tough one, man.
You know what? Here's what's gonna. I'm gonna go Princess and
Don't
the
you
Frog.
dare put that. Don't you dare put that pressure on me.
Whoa, this
Tiebreaker,
isn't my
bro.
This isn't my final. Is this our final?
Don't
vote?
say anything. Just stare at him.
Is this our final vote?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is the tiebreaker.
Stare at him. Make him choose between us.
I thought you said
Oh
you
my
loved
goodness!
me.
All right, so Cinderella, Princess and the Frog. Oh.
Oh no, now I'm single because I voted that. Sorry. Side note.
He also tried to own you. Gosh.
I should vote Princess and the Frog so that it moves on and you can be single again. I don't know, 5 weeks from now. Oh man, this is tough, dude.
If you think this is tough, just wait till we get into
Dude,
the
it's gonna
second
get
round.
so much harder, dude. Because like neither of these movies were like, oh, this is my childhood.
Yeah.
But they're both like, oh man, like,
Cinderella kind of was for me, though.
These are good movies, man.
Yeah.
Who wants to say it?
This is the first tough tiebreaker.
This is the first tough tiebreaker, and it's not the last, man. It's gonna get rough here in a second. Here in a few short weeks, I'm gonna hate my life.
I will say it was close for me, though.
It was really close. Like as you can see, I'm struggling with my life. I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Like my eye's gonna start bleeding here soon.
Hey, get your Princess and the Frog stuff off the TV.
Oh yeah, they
Trying to sway his decision.
almost there. I'm just saying. I'm singing it the whole time. I'm a classic hater, and
I gotta say Cinderella. Gosh in heaven, I just can't. When you think Disney, you think Cinderella, man. You just,
I might make you breakfast tomorrow.
man, oh man. I work tomorrow morning. Make it on, Thursday morning. No, that's Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
that too.
Gosh, that was so tough, dude. Oh, I really didn't like that one at all. But
Goodbye, Princess and the Frog.
Don't want to rub it in, but
Yeah.
oh man in heaven, gosh, that was so hard.
Well, now I hate you all. and
she said you already voted. It's too late. Ah, you're still single.
I'm single. I have bad taste. Look she's roasting me. You have bad taste in movie, and I'm a hater.
That was rough, you guys. Man, oh man, I am not.
Hey,
I'm not happy with the aneurysm that I
That you
that I
just
just
Feel like a
gave
vein
myself.
twitching up in your forehead somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm like sweating, like I'm like actually like upset sweating now. Ugh. All right,
Does that put us at Pokemon now, or
Well,
we're gonna
first
talk about some sports stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But
we-
first, I'm gonna say
the next week's.
that this week, Bambi and Cinderella have moved on, meaning that but Dumbo and the Princess and the Frog were eliminated from the competition. Unfortunately, the Princess and the Frog was a very tough decision for me.
Yeah.
Know that I love that movie. Tune in next week for the next round, which I will only give you the first two contestants up, just in case,
Yeah.
where Alice in Wonderland will take on the Sword and the Stone.
Ooh. There you go.
feck?
Yeah, dude. Now, oh man, now you just take.
I'm calling
this
in
week.
sick next week.
Now you just take this week to think on it.
This bracket whack.
This bracket whack, dude. This is gonna be a tough one too. Anyway, yeah. Watch next week for our more hairy, sweaty opinions on your animated Disney movies because we are experts. Duh.
That's what we do.
All right, guys, if you have watched the podcast up until this point and you love the entertainment stuff, I got some news for you. We're going to keep it in the entertainment area because fighting is entertainment.
Damn right it is.
But if you don't like sports or MMA, now would be your time to depart.
But come back in.
Also,
in
if you
15
do depart
minutes.
because you don't like it, I will fight you in the streets.
Throw hands. Come back in 15 minutes
Try
for
Jesus.
Pokemon.
Don't try me.
Yeah, come back in about 15, 20 minutes. We'll be playing Pokemon. All right, so we didn't make any predictions for last week, the Figueiredo fight.
Actually, some decent fights.
But there were some decent fights on that card. Overall, I mean, we can look up the card and kind of tell me what you think. Because, like, Joaquin Buckley fought.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Both Shevchenkos fought.
Yep.
So,
Hey, Buckley proved I'm
I
not just a
think so.
one-trick pony.
I think so, yeah.
Who else? There was somebody else on the undercard I wanted to. Why doesn't this show the... Oh, there. I'm stupid. Okay. Oh, that's right.
Moreno.
Yeah, he's the number one. He's going to fight next for
Yep.
the...
Yep. He is
Oh,
next.
that's right. Shevchenko, the sister one.
Yep.
Dalby. So, okay, so this Buckley guy has a lot of hype behind him for obvious reasons.
sure.
His knockouts are insane. Guess who else has insane knockouts? That new Chaos Williams guy.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they just put them. I know that'll derail that because they're both hype train right now. It'll probably derail one of the hype trains.
Yeah.
What are their weight classes though?
Is Buckley a hype train now after he just followed up the best knockout ever with another good knockout?
Yeah, he's a hype train.
I think he's still hype train.
But Chaos Williams is a hype train because he's 11-1 when all of his wins are knockout. Basically, he beat that insane guy from the Congo. I don't know. Just put them up against each other. Derail one of the hype trains. Keep one.
One of the hype trains got to go.
Yeah, maybe. As far as the main card though, Paul Craig. Oh, it always sucks.
I feel like
to
the
see.
opposite about fights like that.
Oh,
Though.
Craig!
I almost feel like you should just keep having these guys fight people outside the top 15.
That's
Just
true.
keep building them up as like these awesome knockout artists, and then once they're both like getting there, then have them fight each other.
Once
Like
they're in the
that's
top
yeah.
5.
have them on the main card instead of putting them on the prelims right now and seeing how
Right.
that
You're
ends
right.
up for you.
UFC sometimes derails.
They don't know how to deal with their fighters.
Like, do you guys remember Kraus Gracie? What's his name? Something Gracie?
Carlos Gracie,
No, that he's in the UFC. It's
Kron.
Kron.
Kron
So
Gracie?
he was 5-0, huge hype behind him, and then the UFC's like, oh, he's 5-0. Let's put him against Cub Swanson.
Yeah, you don't want
They
that
just
smoke.
they just derailed one of the biggest hype trains in the UFC instantly by putting him against like basically a UFC championship level fighter.
Well, and then too, it's like the return of Hoist Gracie against Matt Hughes. That's who you want him to return against when he's old and hasn't grappled in years. And what does Matt Hughes do? Takes his back and pounds him out.
Yeah, I mean they derail hype trains because as soon as you're 4-0, they're like, okay, it's time to put you against like. It's like what? I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
Anyway.
That's frustrating.
Well,
Yeah, it's rough.
obviously Valentina Shevchenko has cleared out the division.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
there's not much for her left.
The number one contender is Shukagian, who she already destroyed like a year ago. So I don't know.
I really wish Cavallo would have done better in that fight because her
Yeah.
introduction to that weight class was really good.
Yeah. Shukagian's obviously the next best fighter in that weight class, but she's still miles. Well, actually, Maya did pretty well. Maya did pretty well against Shevchenko.
Yeah.
She did. She did.
Only won one of the 5 rounds, unfortunately.
Then there's the Mike Perry fight.
Yeah,
Tim Means versus Mike Perry.
that was a slugfest.
That was a slugfest, man.
That was a fun fight to watch.
I'm kind of glad that Mike Perry lost this fight. I know Tanner's gonna like shoot me dirty looks and stuff, but
Well, Means is also a UFC veteran. He deserves his due.
right.
Well, it's the thing. You keep putting people that are popular and are kind of on the rise, you put them against these veterans, so you're like, this probably isn't a good fight for them. Like, that was a bad style matchup. It really was. So, again, you're derailing your own popular
Right.
fighters is what
Yeah.
you're doing. Like,
No,
I'm sorry.
absolutely.
I agree with you though. When you miss weight by that much, I'm almost glad.
By that much, yeah.
Yeah.
You start to wonder if you miss weight by that much and then you win by, like, say it would have just been like a one-sided, like, just head hunting brawl for Mike Perry. It was just like, ripping him apart. Like, how much of that is hydration
Yeah, maybe
and
not.
how much of that is, you know.
But if you barely win and you
Right.
miss weight by 5 pounds,
Right.
that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Well, Figueiredo, I will say we all hate him because he misses weight. He hates other people for missing weight, but he does finish fights.
He does finish fights, dude.
One of the only flyweights to.
Did you see him get mad?
Consistently.
Did you see him get mad that he didn't get the bonus?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I didn't know what happened.
He snubbed him for, like, the bonus or whatever.
Well, because usually knockouts get bonuses over submissions.
Well, because what they used to do is it used to be knockout of the night, submission of the night, fight of the night.
Yeah.
And they changed it to where it just says performance of the night, and fight of the night. So
Right.
now you can basically, you don't have to give it to a submission anymore. You can give it to two knockouts if you want.
Well, they're just gonna give it all the knockouts. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they usually
Well, I mean, if
take-
it's a cool submission.
Yeah.
then yeah. But
if
if
you
it's,
if you get a twister, you should probably. I don't know.
right.
It was a slick submission, but Perez just gave up his neck. It was. I don't know.
Yeah.
it was a scramble, was all it was.
But was it as much Figueiredo being like amazing at jiu-jitsu, or did Perez just like dive in with
Make
his
a
neck?
mistake.
Really, all he did is everything that Uriah Faber used to do. He would get into a scramble position with somebody, be like, "Look, you can take me down during the scramble. Look, isn't it so easy to do?" And then he just yanks their neck when they go for it.
Yeah.
Right.
And like all the Team Alpha Male guys used to do that to people. Like Chad Mendez and Uriah Faber had the nastiest guillotines because they would give up scrambles, like let you have the takedown and then just snatch it as you took
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's all he really did.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of Gracies who will let you take them down and give you and be on their back because they're better in guard on their back. So it's just
Pull and guard.
anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah. So there was a reason we didn't make picks on that fight is because
Yeah.
we weren't like huge fans of.
Hate them.
It's hard to make picks on next weekend though because
No, it's not.
No, it's because we love the main event, but we love the main event and the co. But then after that, it's like meh.
Yeah, I'm down with just doing like the top 3.
But how do you have a guy who's like 10-6 on the? Okay, it's a heavyweight, so people want to see heavyweight. Well, but the main event's a heavyweight, so.
Well, and then light heavyweight is the co-main event, so it's like bigger boys all around.
You just have a guy who's 10-6 on the main card, which is a fine record, but for the UFC, the premier,
Right.
that 10-6 is fine to be on.
The only draw that you have on this card is
the main event.
Yeah, well, and it's only one side of the main event. Like Curtis Blades is not a fan favorite yet. People like him, but they also are just like, do we want a wrestler to be a heavyweight champ? Not really.
Do you want to?
But to be fair, Blades has some sick knockouts, like Volkov and Santos. Your face.
Do you want to copy this again? Like
Sure.
The first 3.
The first 3,
and then we can.
I'll delete all that other stuff after we.
Shabba-bada-boom.
And I'm gonna go ahead and pick first on that third one, just because that last dude, his name is Parisian, and one of my favorite judo fighters ever was Parisian, and I'm just kind of hoping they're related.
Well, here
Does that look all right?
Nope, that looks great.
So yeah,
So
I'll
you're
go
going
for
Parisian.
I'll go for
Tanner?
him too. I mean, this guy. Wow, the records got messed up a little bit.
Yeah, we don't care.
All right, Anthony Smith and Devin
This
Clark.
one's tough.
South Dakota, Sioux Falls boy, not even just South Dakota.
For reference, I'm pretty sure we all trained at Next Edge. And
Well, I don't think Kyle did.
how dare you? Grow up. But I'm pretty sure Devin Clark's a Next Edge boy, so this is a tough one because I think we all love Anthony Smith, but we all.
If I'm telling you like who I want to win, it's Devin Clark.
Yeah.
Like, but if I'm telling you, I think he's gonna win. I'm lying to you. I don't think he's gonna beat somebody like Anthony Smith. I'm sorry.
I think Anthony Smith is going to win too, but
Maybe I'll just put some parity and go for Devin Clark, but I don't know.
It's like I said. I mean, the only person that he's beat that's like really, really prevalent right now is Alonzo Menafield.
That's true.
Everybody else, that's when he's jumped up every time he's jumped up in competition, he's lost.
That's true.
that
Alonzo
Jan like
he was
yanked his head off.
such a heavy underdog in that Menafield fight, because
right.
Yeah, he was such a heavy. He did beat this guy.
He was favored to beat him.
Okay.
He was not favored to beat Alonzo, and he's not favored to beat him.
Okay. He's fighting. Okay, he lost to Ryan Spann. Yeah. Oh, geez, he fought this Racket guy. This guy's ranked like 7th in the division.
Yeah, he knocked him out pretty good too.
Yeah.
Didn't this Rocket guy just knock out Anthony Smith? I thought.
He might have.
Anyway, point being, I'll go for Devin Clark just at parity. But the main event.
Main event, boys.
I know I really want Derek Lewis to win, but I gotta put my letter next to Curtis Blades.
Well, it's the same for me, except I'm putting my pick as Derek Lewis.
Ooh.
Because guess what? I've seen him lay on his back for 4 rounds and then get up and almost drop somebody as tired as he was in the 5th round. So as long as he lands one of those bad boys, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm going to side with Tanner and go with Lewis on that one.
I just can't because Curtis Blades is so much better.
And here's the thing, too, is we're going to end up letting him freaking win this week, too.
Yeah.
No, it'll probably be a tie because Anthony Smith will probably win. And
yeah,
then
you're probably right.
I don't know.
There it is. And then we already made picks for the Tyson thing.
Just the main event, though. I don't know if we want to do the 4 on the card.
I just want to pick Badu Jack because I really liked him. And then what's his name? Internet dude. I got him.
Logan Paul.
So we
Logan
made
Paul.
we made the Jake Paul pick and we made the main card
I
pick.
keep saying Logan Paul.
But
Whichever Paul it is.
Whichever Paul.
Fair enough.
There's serious talks about after this. I know they're in different weight classes, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul boxing, and they were both down for it.
I believe it.
Has that ever happened where siblings? Because there's a lot of siblings, like the Diaz brothers, the Pettis brothers.
I've never seen siblings fight, but I feel like the closest that it got was I don't remember what year it was.
I know Gracies have gone up against each other in like jiu-jitsu tournaments, but
well, no, there's because you guys know combat sambo is basically MMA.
yeah.
So
Without
Fedor
jiu-jitsu.
and his brother Alexander Emelianenko, I'm pretty sure they were in like maybe not the finals, but they were in a sambo competition together,
okay.
which is like I said, basically the same as MMA. But
You think there's a lot of brothers and sisters in MMA, but they've never fought each other.
Maybe they should.
Maybe they should.
Maybe they should.
Or maybe is there like a policy against that? Maybe in the UFC because there could be
Well, it just depends
there could be
if they
foul
train at
play.
the same gym. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. Yeah. Tanner's on it. I'm the guy in the gym.
Well, while you look it up, how about Mike gives me a number between...
Oh. Joe Lozon and Dan Lozon.
Oh.
UFC 108.
Are you
There we
kidding?
go.
Oh, there you go.
That was a long time ago.
That was.
That really was, yeah.
Let's do between 10 and 20.
Let's go 12.
12. Gotcha.
Oh, I'm feeling bad about 12 now. Oh no.
Yeah, you done fucked up.
It's all over. Pokemon.
As you know, if you're a faithful watcher of the podcast, now we jump into Pokemon 20 questions, where my two faithful co-hosts here select a number, and I pick a Pokemon card, and then they, most of the time, get it right. So, we'll see if they can do that again this week, boys. Let the questioning begin.
Is it fire or water?
Yes.
Is it fire?
No.
It's water. Okay.
Water.
Is it first gen?
Yes.
Okay, you're going off.
Watch me.
Watch me.
Yeah,
This
I'm-
is 7
he's
questions
going
like I did last week.
You're gonna mess around
You
and
might
get
as well
some Gen.
go off.
You're gonna mess around, get some Gen 4 and 5 Pokemon thrown into the deck.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Um,
Does it have a tail?
No.
let's think here. Gen 1 water.
Gen 1. No, Poliwag's not Gen 1.
Actually, you know what? That's. Does a fin include a tail?
Yeah, I was.
That's what I'm
I-
saying. Because
would
you
you
would,
say yes?
you
I
would
would say
technically call
yes.
like Magikarp's like back fin a
I would
tail.
say, yeah, I would say a fin is a tail.
Okay.
So does it have a tail?
Well, I already asked that, and you said no.
And I said, no, it does not have a tail.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, assuming that still is covered under that. I don't know.
Right.
I think easy thing to do now is to try to rule out some colors.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be some shade of. Well, they're not all some shade.
Is it blue?
No, that's 5.
Oh wow, that's actually that eliminates a lot of them.
Well, now I'm thinking Goldeen, Seeking,
Yeah.
uh,
Star or not starfish. The
Staryu, Starmie,
Star used to me.
and Magikarp, Gyarados. But it's not blue, so it's not Gyarados.
A couple of those are yellow. We could ask if it has yellow on it. Well, are they? Because Goldeen and Staryu have like yellow on them. Is
Yeah,
it
or gold.
or gold?
Is it white and orange?
No.
Just going for Goldeen there. Oh, that would we can't even know. We already ruled those out because they have tails.
Oh yeah, duh.
That was a waste of a question. That's fine.
Well, except for Staryu.
I was going to say, I ain't babying you no more.
All right.
Yeah. Does it have some shade of like or orange or gold?
Like anywhere?
Yeah. The way he answered that.
I'm gonna put a freaking mirror behind
No.
me one of these days so I can see what it is.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
Oh, gold, yellow.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Gold, yellow. It's got a little
Sure.
yellow,
Sure.
I would say.
See, I tricked you with that question. I went through a whole entire array of.
I feel like it's like Starmie now because
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm leaning towards. But
is it predominantly purple?
Yes.
okay. What other? That's what I was thinking at the beginning. But what other purple?
Does it have a red jewel in the center of its body?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it Starmie?
Yep.
Okay.
10 questions, boys.
There you go.
All right, man. That's
All I needed was the gem question, all right? As
Big gem. I never thought that was a gem. I guess it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
soon as I get it and I know it in my head, he's like, wait. And I'm just like, is it? You hush.
You hush, because he's always like, it doesn't have boxing gloves. He just goes
yeah,
straight.
it's the only one.
Doesn't have skull and crossbones on it.
That is correct.
He just goes for the, which is smart, I guess.
Oh man, that's a good one, guys. 10 questions. Got her licked.
That was a good one, yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah. I think you're getting them a little too easy though. So.
I'm always gonna get first gen ones easy.
Yeah.
But you've been hitting me with some curveballs with the second and third ones because I haven't really done a whole lot of silver and emerald playing.
Just have to
But
sprinkle a few more cards into
you
this.
I'm gonna be
sprinkle as
honest,
many
I
cards
didn't
in
even
as
know
you
what
want.
that Zatu was.
But if it's Gen 1, guess what? Daddy's getting it.
Daddy's getting them.
When you flipped over Zatu, I was like, I would have never done that. Ever.
Yeah, see?
Fair enough. All right.
Tyson's tablet and go through silver again.
All right, guys. That's the show. If you like the show, we like you for liking the show. Thanks for watching it every Monday night at about 8 o'clock on Twitch. You can check us out next week, probably about the same time. If you're watching this next day, you can check it out on youtube.com. Just type in Velocity Entertainment, and we'll be the first one that pops up. You can support us on Facebook. Just go and search Velocity Entertainment. It's the same way. Other than that, I would say, I guess, patreon.com/Velocity Entertainment is a awesome place to go and support the podcast. But it's by far not required. You do get some cool benefits for that. But the big one is YouTube, Facebook, and then podcast services around the world. So, guys, if you like the podcast, show up and throw down a like and a share. And
tell your friends.
Oh, we have a Discord now, too.
And we do have a Discord now. I almost forgot about that. It's I was going to say...
it's just Velocity Entertainment, and then it says official page.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just Velocity Entertainment on Discord. You can come in.
It has a picture of Conor McGregor holding a flag if you're confused which one it is.
Yes, sir. Conor McGregor holding a flag. So jump onto Discord, talk with us about whatever, and then we'd love to communicate more with viewers and stuff in the future. So, yeah, all of that stuff. Remember, just listening is the most important thing. We just like talking to you guys. So anybody that listens and enjoys the podcast, we thank you guys so much. We'll be back next Monday with more news and that Alice in Wonderland Sword in the Stone matchup. Have a good week, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We hope you enjoy some great, awesome food and some good family time. If you're all healthy, hopefully everybody's COVID free. So
yeah.
Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Kisses.